Hi kids, it's Dr. Tamara Fackrell here to share another really fun project with ceheroes.com. Today we're going to make a kaleidoscope. And so this is a really fun project that I had so much fun developing. What you're going to need is, these are just toilet paper rolls. So you're going to need 2 toilet paper rolls. You're going to need some mirrored paper. This is the most important part of the project, so you don't want to skimp on the mirrored paper. So we just ordered this online from Amazon. And then I'm going to just wrap my kaleidoscope in some craft paper. So I've got this kind of kaleidoscope looking craft paper, so you need that as well. You're going to need some tape. You're going to need some things to put in the bottom. So I just have some puff balls and different crafts. You can put beads or whatever you'd like to put in the bottom of your kaleidoscope. And then you also need some clear plastic. This is just a clear plastic. You know I like to do scrappy projects. That just comes from the top of a salad bin that we get our fresh greens in. So we thought that would just be easiest. Remember that fresh green top is also number 6 plastic, and it makes awesome shrinky dinks. So if you haven't seen that one, then go ahead and do that one. Now we're gonna have to cut these papers. Just for note, this one we're gonna need to cut a 4x4, and on this paper we're gonna have to cut a 4.5x6. So also just a ruler, scissors, tape, those things are helpful for this project. So on this first one, all we're going to do is just wrap our toilet paper inside a pretty craft paper. So we're going to measure 4.5x6. Okay. And if you just take where you make a little mark on it, and then you just bring your ruler across, and then you bring your ruler across to your other mark. Then you can just cut that out. Okay, then we're going to just roll our kaleidoscope in the paper. And you can tape it. Or if you don't want to use tape, you can just do a quick hot glue gun across it. So whatever works best for you. For this demonstration, we're just keeping it simple, and we're going to just use tape as we go across. Okay, there we go. Now we've got our kaleidoscope started. The next step that we need to do on our mirrored paper, we're going to cut a 4x4. I'm going to do it on the back so that you can't see the marks on the front. So we're just marking 4 inches by 4 inches. And then you just make your line across at the 4-inch mark. And then your other line at the other 4-inch mark. So now I've got that marked. I'm just going to cut out. And remember, don't skimp on your mirrored paper, because this is the most important part of the project. You have to have the mirrored paper in order for the kaleidoscope to work. I used to play with kaleidoscopes when I was little. I had one at my house, and so that's why I thought it'd be so fun to make this homemade. So now you've got your kaleidoscope, and it's 4x4. You see that's going to fit inside here. And we just need to fold it into thirds. And then also, your kaleidoscope paper is going to be on the inside, so you actually fold it with the outside, the mirrored paper inside of it. And then you just take your tape, you've got your mirroring inside, and you just take your tape and you just put that to the top to secure the mirrored paper. So there you go. And then you just place it inside your kaleidoscope. See how easily that fits? So, we're coming closer. I love this project. Next, what we're going to do is you're going to take your plastic. You can actually buy plastic paper, but you know me, I'm a scrappy person. So we're going to actually use an expo marker to mark this around the circle. The reason why an expo marker we're using is because we are able to just erase it off right at the end. But you don't have to use an expo marker. You can use a pen. You can do whatever you want with it. you know, we're totally flexible in our projects. So we're going to cut that out, that size, but then after we get it cut out, we're going to do a little bit of trimming because it needs to fit exactly inside of the kaleidoscope. So because of that, you have to have it trimmed just a little bit so that it fits properly. So you can see that it's not going to fit the way this. So now we're going to just do some trimming. Just trim the littlest bit off all the way around. Tiniest bit of trimming. And that's also going to trim off whatever mark is that I had on it too. So okay. And then you just place it in. See how that works? And then you're going to do another one the same size. I've got 2 done for this demonstration. And you pop that one in as well. So that actually does make your kaleidoscope itself. But we thought that it would be a lot of fun to show you how to make a bottom on it. So we just take the other roll that you have and we are going to cut it off. And with that, because we're making a bottom with it, you want to do about in between 1/2 and 3/4 of an inch. And then we're going to make a slice. We're going to cut it so that it opens. And then we're going to tape it because we're trying to have it be an end piece that fits around. And so for that reason, we need to make it the tiniest bit smaller, but not too much. So we're going to just open it up, and then we are going to take our tape, and we're going to just do the tiniest bit smaller on it. And then you can see that just makes the ring for the bottom right there. You can place into your kaleidoscope. And then again, we're going to need a ring at the bottom of it. So that means we're going to have to cut out one more circle from our plastic to make it work. And I just cut this strip that I trimmed, and I'm using that strip that I trimmed off as a way for me to know how to cut it. Or if you want to, you can just remark it again, whatever works best for you. Now on this one, I'm just going to put it up to my end here, and I'm going to measure it over. And so I'm going to just do a little bit of trimming. But you want this one to not go inside because we're going to just tape it on. So don't trim too much on this guy. But because it's a little smaller, we've got to do our trimming. Then I'm just going to take my tape and I am going to do an X on the tape. And then that just creates our end cap. You see that? So it creates our end cap, and on our end cap, we're going to put some fun things inside of it. You can put beads in. We actually took some craft things we have, little balls, I thought this would be fun because it's glittery. And we're going to just put that inside the end cap here. And you can change out the end cap and do whatever you would like with it. So that's kind of one of the cool things about it. And then we're going to take our kaleidoscope, and we're going to put the end cap we're going to put our end cap in. Now, if you want to secure your eyepieces, these glass pieces on, you can just put the tiniest bit of hot glue if you want to secure it. I don't know how hard you're going to be on your project, but you can just do that. And then you put the end cap in on the bottom, and you look through, and you turn it. Guys, it looks really cool in there, I do have to say, on the mirrored paper. And then your kaleidoscope is complete. I think this is a really, really fun project to be able to have a kaleidoscope that you can make at home. And Kaleidoscope is about seeing the world a little bit differently. And one thing we talk about at CEheroes.com is how we honor differences from other people and how that can make life bright. So what are some differences that you honor of other people? Maybe they might not do things exactly like you do. There's not one right way. You can honor that other people make their own choices, have their own opinions, and do things their own way. Now, when we talk about peer pressure, you don't want them to influence what you do if it's something value-based, but honoring that people are different is something that's super important in life. And I hope that this project is something you will love. You can take your kaleidoscope, you can take the end cap off anytime and use your kaleidoscope itself to look at papers, to look at all sorts of fun things that you want to take a peek at. So it's just a really fun project to do at home. I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you guys next time at CEheroes.com.